How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And I appreciate everybody taking their time watching today's video. Let's say you have a friend or you heard about somebody that has at least 170 firearms and tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition. And most of us would say, that's great, good for them. But what if you found out somebody had 170 firearms and tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition, but they were here illegally in this country? And that's the case we're going to look at from the state of Ohio. The name of the person that is illegal here in the country is Carlos Serrano-Restrepo, and he was charged and indicted earlier this year for possession of a firearm by an alien unlawfully in the United States. And he wanted a federal judge to dismiss the charges, claiming he had a right to have the firearms and ammunition because of the Second Amendment. But the judge denied his request to dismiss the charges, even though he has been in the United States illegally for 15 years. The ATF started keeping tabs on this guy after he purchased at least 22 firearms. And on the 4473 forms, he claimed he was a U.S. citizen. And when a warrant was issued, ATF agents and other law enforcement raided his home, where they found at least 170 firearms and tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition. He had some of the firearms in a gun safe and some displayed on a wall inside of a closet. And I'm going to post the pictures right now that the ATF took when they raided the home. I believe it was January 10th. And I'm going to post now the actual paperwork from the ATF that lists the firearms and ammunition that they confiscated. There were over 8 full pages, and I'm not going to read it off for you, so I'll just post it so you can take a look. He sure as hell really had an extensive collection of firearms. And this guy's lawyer submitted a motion to dismiss the charges because he had a right to keep and bear arms under the Second Amendment. But last Thursday, the judge dismissed the argument that this guy who was here illegally had a right to firearms under the Second Amendment. In his opinion, the judge wrote, "Disarming lawful immigrants like Mr. Serrano-Restrepo, who have not sworn the allegiance to the United States, comports with the nation's history and tradition of firearm regulations. Mr. Serrano-Restrepo's as applied challenge lacks merit. The swearing of an oath of allegiance occurs through the naturalization process, not through asylum application, or his years living in the United States. His trial on these charges are scheduled for January 21st, 2025. Serrano-Restrepo, like I said, has been here in the United States illegally for over 15 years and moved from Arizona to Ohio in 2022. He said in court the last time he entered the United States illegally was in 2008. And he even owns a business that they clean up after fires and flood damages. As I mentioned earlier, they said at least 22 of the firearm purchases. He lied on the 4473 form and said he was a citizen of the United States. Now what they didn't say is, what about the other firearms? Did he purchase most of those from an FFL as well and lied on those forms? So here's my question to you guys. We know he's not an American citizen. He's been here illegally for at least 15 years. And he also has his own business. And he's been able to amass at least 170 firearms and tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition. And evidently he's never been in trouble with the police, except for right now. So the question is to you guys, did the judge get it right? That he doesn't have a right to claim Second Amendment rights because he's not a U.S. citizen? Or should he get some type of a pass because of how long he's been here in the country and that he owns a business? As you can see by all the firearms that he had and all the ammunition that he had, that's a lot of money that he's spent over the past 15 years. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. And as always, I appreciate everybody that supports the channel. You guys continue to crush it by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications on all of the videos. And I really do appreciate it. And I invite all of you to come back and watch my next video.